Hi, welcome to Tech Savvy. This is brought to you by Onsite Technologies, and I'm Walt Hebern. This program is going to cover technology in Mariposa County and kind of what we're doing, where we've been, where we might be going. And today I have with me Bob Borchard. Hey, Bob.
How you doing, Walt?
Pretty good.
How's your day going?
Okay.
Okay.
How about yours?
My day has been a great adventure. I've been down in LA land. I just got back.
Long trip.
Long trip. But it's kind of relevant. It fits right in with the theme of your show.
Okay, how's that?
Well, I'm driving down, what is it, the 405, and I'm looking over there and seeing all the television studios and Univision and I was thinking about our experience and exposure to technology in the multimedia arena. You know what that is, right? Multimedia.
I do, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
And today that's what we're going to talk about is community partners. So we've kind of been partnering for a while. And how did we meet, Bob?
I stumbled into your classroom. I was looking for some advice about how I could liven up my internet presentations with video, and I'd seen how other people were using it effectively, and I didn't know anything about it, and I had heard that there was this guy up at the high school teaching a multimedia class. His name was Walt Hebern.
That would be it. Yeah.
And so I stumbled into the class to see if he could talk to me a little bit about how this worked. And I opened up the door, and there was a classroom full of students. It was quite an experience.
Yeah, they'll surprise you sometimes.
It will.
So how are you advertising for the coin before this?
We tried different things. We ran ads in the Gazette. We put up handbills on the walls of things, but it was pretty primitive, and our internet advertising was really flat. We could do a poster and we post it, but there wasn't it wasn't live. And to be honest with you, I didn't really understand all the dimensions of this advertising in this new media concept at the time. I had read something about inbound marketing, but I didn't really understand how it worked and the new multimedia dimensions. I knew that I looked at what other people were doing, and it was catchy. I looked at what we were doing, and it wasn't.
Yeah. And did you start at that point using some social media?
Well, we actually about the same time as I met you. That's when I started using social media to back up our promotion for the coin.
Okay. And I want to talk a little bit about that first project we did. So again, we're talking about community partners, and you've been a huge partner for the high school.
I've gained a lot of weight.
You've made a lot of impression. My students have had experiences they wouldn't have had otherwise.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, they've been great. And
I've learned a lot from your class, and I'll be perfectly honest. I think that this whole community has gained some very, very important experience and exposure as a result of your class and your expertise.
Well, that's good to hear. So tell us a little bit about that first shoot in your coin, in the gold coin, on site with a whole class of media students and all their equipment.
It was really impressive. I had not been around anything like this in my whole life. I've spent the last 40 years of my life doing things in front of public arenas, public speaking in front of city councils and boards of supervisors. I'd never been around anything like this before, and it was really impressive. And I couldn't believe how professional your students were.
Weren't they though?
They really took charge, and I wish I had been exposed to this a little earlier in my planning profession. I probably would have approached my work with city councils and boards of supervisors a little differently. But the media production side of it is something that was very impressive. Everybody had a job, they went to it, and it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and they really turned up with a nice product, I thought. They did a nice job with
that. That first ad was a killer. The second ad is a killer too, but and we still use them. They're still on our website.
Yeah, and so now last year we created 10 commercials for the community, and we're creating a few this year because of that start. And you're into a few other things. The What's Up Mariposa and the Old Town Mariposa show.
I think the whole media arts thing, and I think this is part of what I've learned, and maybe I should back up a little bit. What I've figured out that, if I was going to promote my business outside of Mariposa, and we in a tourist destination economy up here, then I needed to reach out to people not only in internet land, but specifically in the Central Valley. And so what I was trying to do was create an image that people would come to, and it wasn't the gold coin. The image had to be bigger. People would not drive from Visalia to come to the gold coin. But they would drive from Visalia to come to Old Town Mariposa. So we created a new brand, and Old Town Mariposa, and as a destination, and the coin as a prominent business in that destination. And that image kind of caught on. And just to give you a little hint, our Old Town shows just passed the 43,000 view benchmark.
Wow.
43,000 views. I look at that in the morning and I can't believe what you've done to us.
Yes.
But we've got a lot of exposure, and
great.
And this studio that we're telecasting from right now, the studio you have up there at the high school, this is all pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And so there I am driving by Univision on the 405, thinking to myself, we have as much going on in little Old Town Mariposa as they do there, with a huge audience, and the internet connected with this as a broadcast tool. It's amazing what's going on here.
It is, and the technology is so available today. I mean, to put a studio together like this, even 10 years ago, would have been hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And we've done it very cheaply, and as you said, we've got a studio at the high school.
I don't like the word cheap.
Inexpensively. We try to keep the quality as high as we can, and considering that I started with VHS, the quality of the digital stuff we're doing now is tremendous compared to VHS.
Well, the proof is in the pudding, and the fact that I personally get many contacts from people from around the valley who come up to the coin to introduce themselves to me like they're old friends because they've seen me on television.
And even worldwide, yes, from Europe and...
Well, yes, we've got a little of that too. But the reality is that this media really reaches out to people in ways that I didn't really appreciate when we first started out. This has gone way beyond my just trying to video one of the performers that I could put into my Facebook page or my website. This whole explosion of this concept and how we've produced this program has been amazing.
Right. Yeah. It has been a great partnership, and it has made a huge, tremendous difference in my class with my students. They have gotten experiences they would not have gotten otherwise.
Well, now I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Maybe.
Maybe. Where do you see it going?
You know, I really don't know. We have the potential, even though we're in Little Mariposa, we have the capabilities, but there's a lot of factors, there's a lot of variables that that have to come into play to make things work right.
Well, we talked about, we started this little group.
Yes.
With, our breakfast interchanges, and we call ourselves 3MC.
Right.
Mariposa Multimedia Conspiracy. But we've also talked about moving beyond what we're doing on the internet. We started doing our KAIL show.
Right.
And then there's a possibility of expanding into PBS with their productions that are internet-based. We've also talked about Roku, and
Right.
interesting experience, and we have another fellow conspirator that is working on that with us. But I have an old friend, and the other day I went over to see him, and guess what he was watching? On
Roku.
Roku.
Who or what?
Actually, he was watching old movies.
Oh.
He wasn't. We haven't got our show up yet,
Okay.
but we have got a reservation so that we can put our show on Roku.
Nice.
And you know, for under $100, internet-based television, it is. It has much more. How should I say? Inexpensive.
Yeah, availability.
Content.
Right. Make a mistake.
This
fix
is,
it. Change
this
it.
is
Try it
like
again.
$100 a year.
Yeah.
Right, as opposed to
Yeah.
$100 a month, and you can watch just about anything you want to watch.
Yeah.
And right now, I think they're up to, they hit 1 billion users or something like that.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
it's amazing, and
Well, my technician is signaling me that we're kind of out of time, so
you
it's
mean
been
Brandon?
great.
Brandon over there?
Great having you on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being
Thank
here.
you for inviting me.
This has been Tech Savvy, and I hope you'll tune in to our next show.